we're back. Podcast number 2.
Number 2!
Hoo-dee-hoo!
No.
I'm
Stop.
just kidding. It
We need
rhymed.
a
That's
catchy
it.
intro.
That's, you know.
And it's not going to be
It
too
rhymed.
hoo-hoo.
Doozies.
No, I do like twosies.
Um,
Yeah,
So-
podcast number 2. Number 1 went well. We got some good constructive criticism about
yeah, like
something.
I need to talk more.
Yeah, so that's focus point number 1 is we can't have silent Laura over here.
But I
And-
think we prepped a little bit better for this one, so hopefully it will go better.
And by prep for this one, she means we spent like 5 minutes. She spent 5 minutes writing things down.
Yes, I have a notebook that I have like things written down, so I have like points that I can reference if I completely draw a blank, which often happens. So,
So get into this, ringleader, since you are leading my people to this
yeah.
podcast.
So last time we talked about fear, and so this time we thought maybe we'd talk about like motivation.
Something not as depressing.
Yeah. Not that last week or
When was that?
I don't even know. I feel like it was a few
I
weeks
don't
ago.
know.
Not that the last podcast was meant to be depressing.
Nice.
It just happened to sort of be a more negative topic.
It wasn't even negative. It was just serious.
Serious. That's a better
Why
word for
so
it.
serious?
So yesterday we were driving in the car, and Alex told me about some sort of egg metaphor he had heard.
It wasn't
It kind of was.
Look, I don't know my English terms. Is metaphor the right thing to use?
I feel like it is.
Sure
If
it's
we're
not, like,
wrong,
facsimile.
if there's any kind of grammar Nazi out there that can correct us,
I'm sure it should be facsimile.
that's probably a lie. But go ahead, explain it.
So, I was scrolling through Instagram, as I do, and there was this really cool, not cool, but there's really interesting picture, and it was an egg, and it had the yolk exploding out of the egg. And it said something to the effect of when motivation and stimulations come from external sources for an egg, it leads to death. As in, you break the egg and the chicken doesn't live. Sad day. But when motivation and stimulation come from the inside of the egg, life is born. And the chicken,
Obviously.
the chickie comes out.
Yeah, so if you,
I just thought, I don't know why, I just thought that was a really cool way of putting it, and I never really thought about that. But that's kind of what leads into this, is a whole internal versus external motivation, and knowing who you are and what works for you.
right. And it's not to say that every external motivation is bad,
No.
but it's also really important to know, like, if external motivation is actually helpful for you or if it's really not. Because I think I am not one of those people that external motivation works super well on. There's certain situations when it does, but for the most part, if I have a goal that I want to achieve, I don't want someone else in my face about it. It doesn't work. It actually makes me want to quit. So that is an instance when external motivation like absolutely will kill me, because I don't want you to sit there and tell me that I should be caring about this and I should be working on this, because that's what I should be telling myself.
I also think that it's very, well, it's very personal based.
Yeah.
What we're going to do in this is we're going to talk about what works for the two of us, and we are two very different people.
Yes.
What works for us may not work for you. This is very individualized, and it's really about knowing yourself and knowing what works for you.
Right.
But there's also, the other part of that is it's very situational based, I think. So, like in the gym, if you take that as an example, I love external motivation. Like, music is a form of external motivation for me in the gym.
Yeah.
So it's also very situational. So
And I would say I feel about the same in the gym setting. If there's like healthy competition going on there, like, or someone pushing me for that extra rep or extra 5 pounds to add on or something like that, like I want that kind of external motivation. Like that little bit of extra, like, you can do that kind of
you can do it.
sentiment, I guess. That is a positive external motivation for me.
So, how are you, in your personal life, where's your motivation come from? How does that whole thing play out for you?
More often than not, I feel more motivated if I'm able to help others or provide value to others. So like with everything that we do here at home, I'm more motivated to help you out with stuff if I actually feel like it's actually worth something. So like if I help you make content, it's 3 things that you don't have to do that you're actually going to use.
Yeah.
If you told me I need you to make those 3 things of content and then you never posted them, I would totally feel unmotivated to make you content anymore, because I would feel like, well, you're not going to use them, you're just trying to give me busy work. Like that kind of situation.
That was an attack on me.
No, it wasn't.
I feel personally attacked.
Because you always use what I make. You like what I make. You always appreciate it, and I feel like I'm helping because you're able to tackle a different project that, like with the videos, like I don't know how to do the videos.
Maybe I should teach you.
But it means you have more time to focus on those.
Yeah.
And you have 3 other things that you didn't have to actually worry about. Then I get motivated again with the healthy competition kind of thing. Like if you and I were like, obviously right now I can't out squat you, but if I was at like a comparable level to you,
but you're not.
Stop.
Continue.
But if I was, hypothetically, I would feel like that would push me, because I would almost want to out squat you just like you would want to out squat me. Like,
Agreed.
That kind of healthy competition is motivation for me as well.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So, does it work for you? Like, hypothetically, let's say that we'll just look at the gym. You're working out with someone who squats like 500.
Yeah.
And you are absolutely nowhere close to comparable with them. Does that motivate you at all? If they're not even in the same ballpark as you?
It does.
Me
because
too.
Starting out, when I started lifting, I was working out with my sister, and I could do nothing compared to what she could do.
Yeah.
And it made me mad.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, granted, she was the same size as me, like, not size, like, muscular-wise, but we're about the same height, like, that kind of thing. So it made me mad that, like, I couldn't move as much weight as she could when we did anything upper body. I wasn't even close. Lower body, like, that came a little bit easier. Like, I wasn't right at her level right away.
Yeah.
But she constantly pushed me so that way maybe, like, I could get 5 reps even though she got 8. Like, she would ask me to use the same weight she did. And now I understand, like, 500 pounds versus my, like, 165 squat.
That was just a...
But, yeah. Working out with someone that can do more weight than I can is definitely a motivator.
Yeah.
Because especially if they're willing to say, like, okay, I want you to try this weight. Like, I know you can at least get 1 rep. Because that's going to make me do stronger. Because I wouldn't have tried that weight if they hadn't said, I'm not taking that weight off. You got to do 1.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I'd say I'm pretty much the same. Because if anything, it works more to my advantage when I am not the strongest person. Or I am not the most gifted or whatever.
Yeah.
That helps me.
There's also the spin-off of that, in that, like, I also get really motivated when I am one of the better people in the room. Like when you prep for a show, obviously you're gonna get a lot of comments. You're gonna get people saying, like, hey, you're super motivating, like, because you're just working hard or whatever. And whether it's people that are just completely, like, not in shape, or they're just not as far along as you are because they haven't been lifting as long, and they look at you and they go, I could get to that level someday, like, that's super motivating. And they make you feel like you're on top of the world, like, so that's kind of cool because you can kind of help other people by being one of the more positive, or, like, I don't know, hardworking people in the room. Yeah, influential, I guess is what I'm going for. Yeah.
I even say that applies to me with business, like with this whole branding and everything.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm not trying to be, so there's no video on here, but I have my phone set up because we were recording the very beginning of this. And if anyone has the iPhone, there's like a setting on there you can put for the visually impaired.
And I hate it.
And it's like a flash strobe.
You mean the audio impaired?
No.
Because you wouldn't
see this
that.
visually impaired. Shut up. Audio, whatever. Whatever. There's a bright light that flashes, and it's a strobe light. And
it's the worst thing ever.
I love it.
I hate it.
And I've had it on my phone ever since I got on Team iPhone, and it just flashed us in the
went
face.
Off, so that's why he's saying this.
Okay, back to what I was trying to get at. I know exactly what I was saying. Thank you very much. I'm not trying to be the next Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm not trying to be the next Rob and Dana with Flag Nor Fail. I'm not trying to be anybody else. But at the same time, when I see where they're at, like, that puts me in the zone more than anything. Like, that just, like, part of me gets upset that I'm not there, and part of me gets angry that I'm not working hard enough to be there already. And that is, that's an external motivator for me, but I don't sit here every single day and watch everything and dwell on it and say, wow, look how much they're doing. I'm upset I can't be that. What it does for me is when I see one of those, I just stop watching everything. Like this week, I haven't watched like hardly anyone's YouTube stuff. I haven't really gone on Instagram at all. But it's because I've been so consumed with our content, with our shirts, and with our stuff.
Yeah.
So I'd say that external is very, oh my goodness, I gotta put this phone down so it doesn't flash in our face anymore. But that external is a very powerful tool for me in that situation. But 9 times out of 10, everything comes from inside for me. I am the kind of person that has to set pretty much an impossible goal and then get upset that I can't get there in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I need to have a huge goal and then work backwards from it. Like that's how I operate. So like when I started and I didn't know how to screen print yet, my goal at the time was to operate a screen printing business that would fully sustain myself. And I didn't even know how to screen print at the time. So that was kind of like impossible at the time, looking back on it. Like for some people, like for you, if you would have done that, I don't know if you would have, like, you couldn't have set a goal like that.
Yeah, it doesn't, it's never worked for me that way. Like, I've set goals, but they've all been like achievable within a certain time frame. Like in high school, I did a 365 photography project. That one took so long that I kind of, like, I technically got it done, but at the same time, sometimes I was playing catch up by 3 or 4 pictures in a day. And then I also had a lot of like external pressure towards the end of that to finish, so I wasn't wanting to finish anymore. But then like I did a half marathon and I gave myself, I think I did the whole training program 1.5 times, so I think I had like a 12-week prep period for that.
For your show?
No, for the half marathon I did. I ran a program for about 12 weeks, or maybe it was 16 weeks. I think it was 16 weeks. But that's like 3 or 4 months. Like, that kind of end goal motivation I can do. And I felt really good doing that. And being able to say that I could run that many miles and people look at me like I'm insane. So I thought that was kind of fun. So that was a really, like, I don't know if that is external. That would be more internal, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But, and then I had this show, and that one I just felt like I couldn't I couldn't quit. Like, I had so many people that like
obligated.
had talked to me about it and had asked me about it and like knew that I was going to do it, that I almost felt like I couldn't not do it at that point.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to finish it, but at the same time I got so tired of it that I almost didn't want to, though.
Mm-hmm.
So those are just different situations where the motivation has changed.
And see, I feel like the shortest goal that I set is like years.
Yeah.
Like, that's my short term.
Yeah.
And then I just work backwards, and then it's all steps leading up to that, but I don't make it goals.
Yeah.
Like,
which I think
like
almost,
I have content, like I have things I want to get done. Like, I've got a whiteboard that says,
right,
I'm getting these shirts printed by this time, I'm getting this content made by this date, here's when I'm posting it. But they're not real, I don't consider them goals.
Yeah.
They're just things that have to get done.
I feel like because your goals are so
They're
far
check
off
boxes.
in the future, though, like your long-term goals are, that it's almost hard for you to see the progress you make day to day.
Agreed.
So, like, I don't know how you would change that. Like,
That's when I seem to derail myself.
yeah, because you get so mentally frustrated that you haven't achieved everything yet, that it's like, but you've done, like, this, you know, crazy amount of stuff in this week, and like you are farther ahead than you were last week, but you can't, like, you don't always see that.
No, and everything could be going perfectly the entire week. I could be staying up to 1 o'clock every morning, crushing everything and getting all the work done in the world, and then come Friday, and it sinks in that I still have to go to work come Monday.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
that was me crashing.
Yeah.
Out of
You
my
just
mind.
kind of get into a downward spiral. So it's like, I don't know, like, mini goals, I don't know that would work for you even, because you are such a long-term plan person, but it is hard to kind of pull you out of those when you are just like...
My mini goal is to take over the world.
So what kills your motivation?
Motivation. I don't know. What kills... I don't know if it's my motivation. I can tell you what drives me to the ground 9 times out of 10 is not... What drives me to the ground 9 times out of 10 is when I realize that I'm not where I feel like I should be.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes I set that bar at a standard where it is... It's like a 3 to 5 year goal, but I give myself 2 months to do it.
Yeah.
And then when I look at that and I say, holy cow, I'm not where I need to be.
Yeah. You just get, like, deflated.
I get, yeah.
Yeah.
Because when I have a lot of things to do, like when my my to-do list is an entire whiteboard for the day or for the week, like, I don't get down about that.
Yeah.
I just kind of put my head down and get doing stuff.
Yeah.
And then I just check things off as I go. And I feel good when I get them done, but I don't feel like I've accomplished anything. Because they're just stepping stones for me. They're not anything crazy.
Yeah, and see, like, when we first did those first 4 days where we had planned out all this content we were going to post, like, I felt like the big check mark for that week and, like, the big, like, success for that 4-day period was that we'd gotten X amount of subscribers on Instagram just because we put up 3 pictures every day for 4 days. Like,
they're called followers.
Whatever. I was excited. I thought it was awesome, and I felt like it lasted for 2 seconds for you, and you were already on to the next.
Well, I don't even know if it really registered with me.
Right, but that's what I'm saying, is because you are so long-term that, like, that 4-day stint, I was like, dude, that's awesome, that's great. Like, obviously looking forward, like, this could be better. Like, we could just keep getting more if we kept pumping it out like this, but you were already on, like, 16 days forward going, we're still not going to be where I need to be. But for me, it was like, we'd gotten 40 people in 4 days. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And so it lasts different for us. Just because of who we are and how we function.
And it's not that I'm right and she's wrong.
No, it's
we are different people, and it's how we
respond
see things.
and how we see things, exactly.
And you may be 100% different than both of us.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is, man.
Yeah. So I think what kills my motivation.
Oh yeah, what kills your motivation?
Thanks. Treat me like an afterthought.
Nuh-uh.
Oh yeah, what kills your motivation?
Was that a real question?
No, that's how you said it.
Well, when I think about it,
You
what
just went through it.
What?
I literally just asked you that question. You answered it.
Oh. What kills your motivation?
Thanks.
You're welcome.
What kills mine is when, like, I think I said this earlier, but when somebody gets in my face about something that I set as a goal,
Yeah.
I don't like it when people try to push me towards something that I said I wanted to do. Like, it's okay if you ask me how it's going or whatever, but I don't want to feel like you want me to do it more than I want myself to do it. And then I also, like, don't feel motivated to do anything if I don't feel like I'm actually adding value to the situation. Like, again, like with those content posts,
yeah.
like if I didn't feel like you were gonna use them, and you were just telling me like, go over there, waste your time over there. I've got things to do. I wouldn't be motivated to help you at all. Like,
yeah.
So.
But I have a hard time delegating things too.
You do. But
I like to have my hands on every single aspect, which is something that I've been working on. Because you do have I trust you doing anything.
Right.
But even though I trust you, it's still hard for me to let go of things.
Yeah. And I try to keep you, like, involved. Like, I try to always ask, like, if you like something, if you would change something. Because I know that you would do it yourself if you had the time, or if I wasn't there, you would do it yourself. So I still want you to be involved in that creation as well, even if it is just saying yes, that I would post that kind of thing.
Yes, master.
And I like having feedback just so that I know, like, it does actually look good. It's not because I thought the idea was so cool that it's stuck in my brain.
Well, you are very creative. And I think that you are more creative than I am. Stop touching that. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm gonna delete the video out of this. She's over here kicking our little.
There is no video.
There is a video because it's black. And then when I put it on the when I put this on the computer, it does like a little shaky thing sometimes. So like with you over here drop kicking our tripod.
I haven't drop kicked anything.
I started panicking, and then I realized that, oh wait, I just delete that out. I just wish you wouldn't exaggerate half the time.
Oh yes.
Bam. So what else? Is that it?
I think that was pretty much it. Unless we have any updates that we need to go over.
No updates.
No updates.
Watch Billionaire Brands if you want an update.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check them out.
Check them out.
So. Stop. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Comment. Subscribe.
What are you doing?
Like.
We don't do this. We don't say those things.
Well, you said we need an intro, so I.
This is the end.
Would you let me finish my sentence?
Yes, ma'am.
I said you said that we needed an intro, so I guess that we would also need some sort of exit outro thing. Don't do. He's on a kick.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry. You have to listen to that. All right.
We're not doing that. That's what everybody does.
Have a great week.
Yeah, have a good one.
We really, really like it when people tell us feedback. So, if you liked it, if you hated it, if you want me to shut up,
no, I think you did a lot more.
Alex to stop talking.
Well, no one's gonna want that.
Feel free to let us know, and enjoy your weekend.
Bam.
Because it's Thursday now, but by the time this gets posted, it might be Saturday.
Nope, it'll be Friday.
All right. Well.
I don't want to say that. I don't know if I can guarantee that.
Valentine's Day is Tuesday.
It is Tuesday. What does that have to do with motivation?
Hug your puppy. Give him a box of doggy treats for Valentine's Day.
Or if you have a human.
Have a cat, I'm sorry.
Or you may have a human friend. So do something for them.
I've got puppy fever. Go get your loved one a puppy. even better for Valentine's Day.
Are you sending subliminal messages?
No, not at all.
Was that subliminal?
Bye.
Hey!